Okay, so my old spare tire holder thingy wouldn't hold, or I couldn't fit the spare tire on anymore. I needed something much thinner, so I found a piece of square tubing, cut a shorter length of it. Then I started using my Dremels, and after I burnt up just about every cutoff wheel I could get my hands on, I decided, that's just way too much work. So, new tool. Picked up a Milwaukee cutoff wheel and grinder. I'll tell you what, that sure made quick work of cutting those sides off. So now, let's go see if this thing will fit. I'm going to have to set you guys down here for a few seconds while I worm this in, because I can't do this with one hand. Okay, she fits. Now let's see if the spinner wheelie thingy, the bobber thing, will hold it in. If I get it started. Again, one-handed is not the easiest way of doing this. Oh, there it started. All right. Run that in a ways. What do you guys suppose this little thing is for? You suppose there was a lock on there at one time? Maybe you can stick a padlock around that or something. Keep people from stealing your spare. But there she is. Maybe I'll have to paint that up. But looks like that's going to work a lot better. The other thing that I did today is I went to town and picked me up some lumber. I am getting really close to being able to replace this rotted wood. So that'll be coming up here really soon. Okay, so I was told that I shouldn't use a Firestarter 3000 to run a fuel line to my carburetor. So I'm going to go and put back on my old metal line with a metal filter. And we'll see how well that works once I get that all hooked up. Okay, so let's look at this. This line runs up, over, around this valve cover, around all of this electrical wiring, and then comes in underneath here and loops around, and then hooks into the fuel pump. So that's about as good as I can get it. And we'll go test it out and see if it works. Okay, let's check for leaks. Don't see any there. You guys see anything down there? Looking pretty good. Okay, one more line left to go. Okay, I think step one is to remove that crappy old hose. I don't know what that noise is. And that line goes back there, and I need to clean that one out. So I'm going to remove the old hose and then see what I can do to clean it. Oh my god, that was on there so far that I could not pull it off. It was on there so damn crusty and hard. I eventually just had to cut it off. But it's off now. Now I just got to make a new hose to go from here to there. So let's see how that goes. Okay, but first things first, I need to make sure that that line is cleaned out. So guess what? We're going to spray some shit in there and make sure that any gunk that might be in that line gets cleaned out. So, let's grab the air hose and the blower hose thingy. And I need 2 hands. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, let's see what we can do with that. If I can get in here. Not very easily. Ooh, but there's some filth in there. Let's go to the back side and blow from here. And of course that's not going to be very easy either. Okay, I'm going to do this with 2 hands. So I'll talk to you in a bit. Uh-oh. It appears that we have a leak in this fuel line right in this area. So I'm going to take it out and we'll take a closer look at this thing. Houston, we have a problem. See that? That ain't good. Alright, well, I got to replace a fuel line now, so... okay, I've never done that before, so we'll have to figure that out. So taking a closer look at this, there is my problem. There's a hole in the bucket. Dear Liza, a hole in the bucket. Dear Liza, a hole. Well, fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Well, fix it, dear Henry, fix it. With what shall I fix it, dear Liza, with what shall I fix it, dear Liza, with what? Well, let's see if I can get this thing to work. Well, I've run into 2 more problems. One, I don't have a bubble flaring flare tool, so I can't put bubble flares on it. And 2, this half of the line is completely plugged up and I can't get it cleaned out. So it's probably going to be easier to replace it. I'm going to have to look for something that I can replace this fuel line with. Okay, so how did I fix that? Well, I bought a piece of brake line from Napa, bent it kind of how I needed it, and flared the ends. And then I pieced it together with the good piece of line and back into the original line back there. So I think I have it now. Now I'm going to put gas in this thing and see if I can get it to start. Oh wait, I still need to hook up in front, don't I? Well, I got to do that next. Okay, the next piece of the equation is this little clip. This thing was originally down here, holding this line next to the frame. So, let's see if I can get that in here. Of course, I won't be able to do that with 2 hands, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so that clip, I don't know, can you see it? It's, where is it anyway? It's right here. Kind of clips that line into place and just holds it against the frame there. So if you're wondering how that clip goes on, that's how that goes on. Now I got to run this fuel line from here to there. Seems like it needs to be turned up a little bit though, but we'll get it. Okay, the fuel line is hooked up now. I decided to move that clip back a little further because it seemed to hold a little better. Otherwise it was making this other corner a little too tight. So let's give this a shot. I'm going to put some gas in and then we'll see if we can get her started. Okay, I have put in exactly 3 gallons of gas. Now we're going to give this a try, huh? Brakes on, neutral. Okay, it's not getting fuel for some reason. I'm going to put a little gas down the carb. Getting there. Says empty, but I only got 3 gallons in there, so probably ain't gonna read anything important until I get it, 5 or 10 liters. gas tank is fixed, the fuel system is done. Let's see if she'll start back up again, huh? Well, guess what? I think I just figured out why the fuel tank's not reading anything. Maybe it's because I need to hook it back up. Aha! Alright, well that's the next thing I need to do. Talk to you guys later. Okay, 3 gallons of gas puts me right on E. It did come up to E, so it did, the gas gauge is working.